Well, organised business and Labour have largely welcomed the substance of the speech, particularly plans that we were talking about to address the energy crisis and the sluggish economy, albeit with some reservations.
It was expected that SONA 2015 would be dominated by two things: power and the economy. And it was. First of the blocks, the president painted a bleak picture about the economy's growth prospects. He warned that government's target of achieving 5% growth over the next 4 years may not be reached due to the slowdown in global growth. He then unveiled a new plan to inject some momentum into the country's sluggish economy. The plan includes resolving the energy crisis, revitalizing agriculture and agro-processing, advancing the long-talked-about beneficiation of minerals to boost local manufacturing and create jobs, better implementation of industrial policy overall, encouraging the private sector to invest in the economy, reducing strikes, promoting small and medium enterprises, increasing the role of state-owned enterprises in the rollout of infrastructure, and promoting the ocean economy, such as the exploration for oil and gas offshore. The South African Chamber of Commerce and Industry has welcomed the plan, saying it will give the economy the impetus it needs. COSATU has also welcomed the plan, but raised doubts about implementation.
As usual with plans, there's nothing you could disagree with in any of the 9 points. But the key question which has to be answered in State of the Nation speeches is what progress are we making about implementing previous plans, rather than rolling out a new one, which is more or less the same. And we believe it was very disappointing in many respects that on areas like the National Health Insurance Scheme, comprehensive social security, there was nothing, not even a mention, yet these are things which have been on the agenda, mentioned in many previous State of the Nation addresses, but on which there's really no progress.
The president had promised to spend more time explaining what government plans to do about the energy crisis, and he did. He announced short and long-term measures to alleviate the problem. In the short term, Eskom has been instructed to switch from diesel to gas, empowering some of its plants which are draining its coffers. Government will pump 23 billion rand into the power utility to try and stabilize its finances, and households and businesses are to be encouraged to switch from electricity to gas where possible. In the long term, government will try and accelerate the procurement of alternative power sources such as wind and solar. It will also source from independent power producers. And the controversial procurement of nuclear energy at a cost of 1 trillion rand is to be fast-tracked with the aim of switching on the first nuclear reactor in 8 years' time. Organised business says it's pleased government is treating the energy crisis as a top priority, but says none of the steps will deliver quick results. COSATU has also welcomed the energy plan.
Well, this is the one area where there was a bit more detail, and we appreciate that he's clearly responded to the need, and so we welcome that. We accept that there's no quick fix solution, but it was encouraging that the government is making extra money available and is doing what it can to speed up the completion of the new power stations, which of course are way behind schedule.
Government has signed cooperation agreements with many countries interested in the 1 trillion rand nuclear tender. They include the United States, Russia, China, France and South Korea. But unconfirmed reports persist that government has already signed a secret deal with Russia as a preferred supplier, something government denies. Mbongini Muchwa, SABC News, Johannesburg.